Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Wanted to move my apron back there behind me because I kept pulling on it. All right, let's get us all signed in. For anybody new, my name's Michelle. I am Snow Fox Designs. If you see the little red box up above me with the word live in, I am live. If it's not there, it is a replay. So if you don't mind saying hashtag replay, I would appreciate it. And if you catch me live, say hi so I can welcome you on in. Okay. Now let's get our computer. Hey, all working good so far. Yay! Hi, Joanne. Hey, Tina. I'm going to set my glasses back here. So what we are going to do today is make some snowmen. And I pre-did this one, but we're going to do that one. This one I pre-did, and I used the Epsom salt. I used a little bit of the Mod Podge and the Epsom salt and put that in there. And the reason why I did this one ahead of time is because you got to wait for it to dry a smidge. So I figured while we're working on this one and letting this one dry, I can work on that one. And on that one, instead of using the Epsom salt, I thought, let's try some fake snow in here and see how that works. So I just picked some up from the DT, but we're going to go ahead and do that. And I kept my brush a little moist so I could reuse it. Pull my sleeves up because we got to get down and get to some work here. I really do need to, the next time I go to the Dollar Tree or someplace, and get some squeeze bottles and put my Mod Podge in the squeeze bottles. So you kind of want to do this somewhat liberally. Did that sound right? Because it didn't to me. But let's do it this way. A little generously, but not too thick. But I did get these vases, and they are vases from the Dollar Tree. Make sure I'm covering every little spot in here because I want to make sure the snow gets attached everywhere. Thanks, Tina. I appreciate it. I have to keep turning it so I can make sure I'm getting it covered. The last couple days, and including Monday, my sinuses were all messed up, and I thought, okay, because I was out helping to look for my daughter's kitten that got out, that maybe I was going to be coming down with something. We're going to go for it. It's either going to work or it's not. Hi, Judy. But I feel like there's still some there, but not like it was on Monday and Tuesday, so I'm happy about that. How is everybody today? So this fake snow I did get from DT2. If I didn't tell you, I did get it from there. The vases I got from DT, Dollar Tree. Get the staples out. I'm going to try to open this so I don't make a mess everywhere with it, but you know how that goes sometimes. Better laid plans. So I'm just going to pour some in here. I want it to be a little bit of a generous amount, so if it's a little too much, that's fine. and then just start rolling it around in our glass. And we are going to have, let's see if, I don't know that I can save any of it, but at least maybe I won't have too much mess in front of me if I just do it on here. Looks like everything got pretty covered. So now this will dry. I don't know if y'all can see it yet because it's kind of wet. I don't know if I can get this back in here because I didn't make a big hole, but we will see. Hi, Peggy. How are you? Whoa, almost dumped it the wrong way. Now I got to get a container to keep this in. Are you collapsing on me, bag? Well, didn't all make it in there. Hi, Sparky. How are you? So we are doing, I'm going to move this off to the side because I don't need that. We are making some snowmen out of some Dollar Tree vases. This one I want to take, and this is a light up. So you can light it, turn it on in here, and it changes colors. I am going to glue the top, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But for just for show purposes, no, I don't think I'm going to glue this one. But you can. And then if you want to take something out, if you don't have it glued too strongly, shall we say, in there, then you can just kind of pop it off and change it out, that type of thing. Now I'm trying not to make this run down here too much, but I do want to attach, this is going to be our scarf. One, I am making the whole face up on the snowman. One I had here, so we are going to use it. And it was already pre-done. So I'm using this because I thought, okay, we got this nice pretty white candle, but you can't really see it in there. So it doesn't matter what kind of votive you're really using, but as you all saw, it was like a flower. I'm glad you're doing well. How will I turn it off? No. You can turn it off if I don't have to glue it on, because some people don't. They just set it on there like that. But if I glue it on, you could heat it up a little bit because it doesn't take much when you're loosen up your hot glue and just pull it out. But or you can just leave it sit there like that. But I want to use, I want to put a bow on here. Oh no, we'll see. We're going to play with a couple ideas. We're going to play. See, I could put like a bow on here. We could put some pine cones and berries on there. What else did I have here? I think this little pine cone here might be way too big. The ones that I was showing y'all yesterday, I think that might be too big, but we'll see. Yeah, that's way too big. we can, let's see. I think, this looks like it's fallen up there. These actually I found last year, and I'm sure they probably have them again this year, because I found that a lot of times, a lot of the stuff that you get at Dollar Tree, they have return again. So go check your Dollar Tree out, because they may still have some out this year. I know when I was there this past weekend, I think, they were still working on getting Christmas stuff up. He needs some stuff. I'm gonna move his head just for this purpose. My hands are a little bit wonky today, but that's okay. Nah, I've seen them in the shorter, I've seen them in the rounder vases. I've seen people do the snowman in the bigger vases. It's just whatever you want to do it in. I thought these, when I saw these, I don't remember who was doing them, but I thought they were so stinking cute. And like I said, some people glue the heads on here and some don't. So that's your preference. If I glue it on and I need to get in to turn, like I won't leave this on. I'm going to turn it off, so you don't even have to put, a votive or lights or anything in there if you don't want to. I just thought it would be kind of cute to put it on, at least while I'm doing this right now. Ah! I just threw my eyeballs all over the place for my other one. True. Yes, I have some big longer candles. I have not been able to find the like little votives with the remote control, but I have the long like pillar candles that have a remote control, and I thought that would be really good idea, but I have not. If anybody knows where you can get like the little votives and that with the remote control, because I haven't even found them on Amazon, unless they were just out of them at the time I was looking, because it's been a while. I need a secretary to look all that stuff up consistently for me. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Are you home from work now, ma'am? And if so, hope you had a good day. Yeah, you could do that with a little battery pack and have it on the outside. But for this purpose right now, I am not gonna, well, if my finger will work, I'm not gonna glue him down just because I'm gonna leave my little light going. Little bit of a distraction, right? But I think he's cute. So we'll leave him there. This one, I'm going to see what happens. We may have a whole snowy storm going on here, but I'm going to see. Oh, I forgot to turn this on. I'm going to give it a whirl and see if I can dry this somewhat in here. See if it'll make it a little clearer. Hi, Melissa. How are you? I think he's cute. I love snowmen. I love I love a good snowman. I love a good Santa, and I love the Grinch and Max, his dog. I love those are my faves. So if I see anything making snowman or Santas or any Grinch, any the Green Man anyway, I'm all down. Yes, I can put a couple buttons on the front. We can do that. So you can see as it's some of it's starting to dry, that's the snow in there. I used the fake snow on this one, and on the other one, I used Epsom salts. So I'm not going to keep drying this too long because it's going to take a bit for it to totally dry. And since I'm not going to glue the heads down, it doesn't matter right now. So with this one, we're going to do something slightly different. But first, I'm going to make my snowman's face. And this is going to be a test of, where did it go? See if I can hold this. Get glue on it without burning thyself. Ah, well, we'll see if he stays. Now, I can't do it with that because it got stuck and then I got a spider web. I'm glad everybody's doing well. How's everybody's weather? Ours is warmed up some. I think we're up to 60, but it's not like spring 60. So you know how when you have all this nice weather all of a sudden, I need a jacket. Nothing really heavy, but like a sweater or sweatshirt, that type of jacket. But everybody thinks, "Oh, it's such nice weather out. Let's go ahead and run around in shorts and tank tops and all that." And then the next thing you know, they're all coming down with colds and everything. All right, I'm going to I'm not squeezing my gun. I'm just adding what's dripping off a little bit so I can add my little eyeballs and the mouth on here. And if he looks like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, that's still cute. It's 85 there. Ah, nice. I did lose one of my little balls. Oh, there he is. I think I totally lost him. Right now he looks kind of, what's the word, cattywampus. His mouth isn't going as straight as, well, I didn't want it straight. I wanted it a little more curved. And it doesn't look like I got it curved as well as I wanted it to. I probably would have been better off freehand drawing on here, but he's funny, y'all. Now, do not make fun of his carrot because I got these from Hobbies quite a while back. I could not find any small, nice, slender, but as you know, not everybody's carrot is the same. So, do not laugh at his carrot. He's a good snowman. He said he's got to be different than his brother. Just saying. But yeah, and I think they brought some more back out at Hobbies. So if you're looking for like the little eyes and the nose and like the scarf set and that, I believe they brought them back out. They even have little mittens in this set. You get a hat, which we could do this kind of hat on him, or I have like a top hat, but I don't know where I put the top hat, so I'd have to see if I could find one. And he's got a nice little scarf. See, he wanted to be different than his brother. He has a bigger nose, a bigger carrot. See, now it doesn't look so bad, does it? Well, Tina, I would say Pinocchio nose if it was a little longer. It's just big. Hey, he's cute. And then we could take his little scarf and we can tack this on here. His is a little bit bigger, but I think I'm going to fold it over. I mean, what's a big scarf compared to a big nose, right? So I'm going to add a little glue in here and fold this over because I think he needs to have a smaller scarf. Not a smaller nose, just just a smaller scarf. A German nose. He's the renegade of the family. He's on his nose had some steroids. He's the muscle. A German nose. So yeah, I think that's going to look much better having it smaller. Don't roll away now. He's nose heavy. So this one I'm just going to go around the outside of the glass and start gluing it on. Can you see it? His nose just made him go whomp. Hey Ken, you missed my big nosed snowman. He's kind of nose heavy, so he rolled over. All right, we need to tack that right there. Little bit of glue. He said he can't help it. He was made that way. See his big nose, Kenny? What did I do with him? Oh my goodness. Let me find my glasses really fast here. I need some more. They might be in this bag. Nope. Where did I stick them? I just had them. Ah. Oh, and y'all, I did find out. I did get these the other day when I was doing my little smash can. These did come from Hobbs. I can't find my little. Where did they go? I have my hats. My little. My little. I had some more little like coal. See, I could add. They even have the arms, but I don't think the arms would look good on here, truthfully. But I'll show you what they look like. I don't know what I did with them. But see how cute those are? I think that would look maybe too much for him. A nose job gone bad. Please don't burn thyself. I had some more little, and I don't know where I stuck them at. Oh my goodness. Because I was going to give him little buttons down the middle. Where did I put them? You know what? We're going to improvise. We have some little jingle bells since I can't find my other little black beads. He looks sad. Everybody's making fun of his big nose. Yeah, I think that's too much and too big. I could snip them down some if I wanted to. So, we could put a little, I don't think, we could put this on there, a little green one. I think I got a red one too. I do. And see which one we like better. And then I think since I don't know where my little black beads went to, we're going to use some little jingle bells. We could put that on. I think it gives it a little something more to the scarf. Kind of dresses him up a little, even though he kind of looks a little bit like a mobster. A tough guy. Oh, what was that show? Oh my God, I can't think of the name of the show. They had all the mobsters in that and it was very popular. I know I'm not giving you much info, but I can't think of the show right now. But he's the tough guy, and undercover he does the garbage cans. But he's a tough guy. He's cute. So let's see. Since we got that, we are going to use these. Since I don't know where I misplaced my little balls. They probably got swallowed up by the botched nose job. No, The Sopranos. Thank you, Sparky. Ah, thank you. He's from The Sopranos. We're making fun of my snowman's nose. Because here's the one. See how nice and slender his nose is? And then I used the Hobby Lobby nose here. can't help it. He got, he got, since he's the tough guy, he got punched around too much. So instead of black buttons, coal, he's getting little jingle bells. And we may have to do that to the other one because I don't know where I stuck my other little black charcoal balls at. They were right here. They're probably staring me right in the face and I just don't see them. I hate that. Now, I didn't put anything inside of him, but you can. You can put, like we were talking, we can do little twinkle lights. This guy has a little changing, whoops, votive in here. And if you get them and you want to keep them and you're going to put them on display and you don't want to put a votive in there, or if you want to put the little twinkle lights like, was it Peggy who was saying it? And you have the little battery pack, you could leave it sitting down here and turn it on. That way you can glue his head in position. Or don't glue his head in position, and then you can change it inside and out. Now, I did want to put a little color on his cheeks. So we're going to pop his little head off and give him a little bit of color. I think his little coloring on his cheeks does the job. Takes it off his nose. I wish I knew. Where did I stick them? Where did I stick them? Got to look one more time over here because I thought I had them over here, but I do not see them. Sam, I am. I don't know. Well, shoot be darn. Glasses back on. Let me see if I have any in this bag. Yay, I found some. I did. Yay, yay, yay. So wherever the other ones are, I don't know. He's cute. Big nose, but cute. So those that are just hopped on, and this one we used our Epsom salt. And then on this one, what we did is we took our Mod Podge and we went all the way around the whole container, and then we sprinkled the Epsom salt in and rolled it around. With this one, we did the Mod Podge, but we used, I think I have a packet here, the fake snow from DT, and use that. Right? Check under the snow. So I didn't want to do the jingle bells on this one because I like this. I think this one looks a little more sophisticated, shall we say. And hopefully, because I'm not going to squeeze it, hopefully I do not burn thyself. But the jingle bells, I think, suit him just fine. What do you all think? I had some sitting out here, but what do I know? Oh, I'm gluing it to my finger instead of to the jar. So right now they do have detachable heads. If you want, like we were saying, if you want to put fairy lights in here, you can. and then have the battery pack. Well, this little sucker does not want to stay. You can do that. Or if you can find some with a remote control. I like the ones with the remote control better because then you don't have all that. Well, this little sucker does not want to stay, and it's getting stuck to all my fingers. We got to try this one more time. He was hanging by the scarf. Hey, Sherry. I almost had my ornament done. Yes, I'm actually doing an ornament. All right, we're not doing it this way. I'm just going to put it on the glass because it wants to keep sticking to me. Bye, head. So much easier. Why didn't I think of this first? There. Really? I thought you would have had yours done already, Sherry. I figured you might have had it done like the day, the second day after you announced it. Okay, I do want to take, and let me see, what am I going to use? I'm just going to use, because I've done this before and it worked. I'm going to take his head off again because I want to take his little scarf and kind of fluff this out a little more down here at the end. So it looks more like, you know, the ends of a scarf, and if we need to trim it, we can. Because it looks a little poofy there, but I want more of like the fringy look on here. This side isn't as bad as the other side, so we will have to trim the other side a little bit. Hi, Andrea, how are you? We made some snowmen out of Dollar Tree, little Dollar Tree vases here. And as you can see, we don't make fun of the big guy. So this one does have a little votive in here that's going on and off. You can leave it in there and then not glue your head on. Well, come on. And then just go in and pull them out if you want to. Well, if I can get my finger on it. I have some longer ones, but I don't know where I put them right at the moment. And turn them off. Or you can get, like we talked about, some fairy lights and put it on there. But here's my snowman. This one, hi Levon, how are you? Oh, how fun. It's nice outside, I hope. Or no, are you at basketball? Basketball. You'd be inside, right? Right. Hope it's still nice though. But this one came pre-made. Found them at Dollar Tree last year. My guess is they probably might be bringing some out again this year because I found that a lot of times some of the stuff repeats, like, you know, those stackables, those repeated. So I am looking for some snowman noses like this. Have not been able to find any just yet. Not the perfect size, because the ones that you get from hobbies is this one. And this is our tough guy snowman. He got punched in the nose too much. But right now, neither one of them have anything in there. I've seen some people where they've glued these on here and just left them like this, but I'm not gluing their heads on. That way, if I want to put, or anybody wanted to put, fairy lights in here with the little battery pack, or if you can find some little votives that are remote control, which I have not been able to find remote controlled little votives, but I have found the long tapers that are, and I don't even think I have any back here yet. I think they're still out in the bag out in the living room. But then you can put that in there and turn them on and off. Are you laughing at my snowman's nose? I mean, when you go there, as Cindy knows, you can get, because I have some of the stuff right here, you can get, they have the cute snowman's arms at Hobbs that you can get. They have, yes, the fat carrot noses. They have the little eyes and the cold round buttons that we have on this guy. You can get the complete set where you have the scarf which we folded in half because it was too wide, and the hat and the mittens, which I know I got the mittens over there somewhere, and you can get the top hat. So all that's nice and cool, but for this purpose, I think his nose was way too big. He's got a nose that's on steroids. Too bad I don't have a little one. But here's what the size of the gloves are, and these would be good for your gnomes. You could even if you weren't making a snowman gnome or something, you could still use these. So that's a nice thing. Yeah, he does have a big nose, but he's cute and he's lovable, so I can overlook his nose. Yeah, what's a guy gonna do? Not everybody's carrot's the same. And if you talk to some, they like them different. So, but his does look puny. His is big honker. He's German. But you saw with the votive in, I don't have fairy lights here. I thought I did. I came unprepared. I did not have any fairy lights. So I need to get me some fairy lights, and then you can put them in here. And if you do want to glue his head down, you can glue their head down and then just have, the little control right on the back side here. But remember, if you're just using hot glue on here and you do like a little dab will do ya, if you put something in here and you want to release it, just don't hold the heat super close to the glass. Just kind of hold it right so it'll get enough there to loosen it up some, because you don't want to break your glass, because I've done it before where you've glued something down on here and then you want to get it off. So you just hold your heat gun till it starts getting warm and just use your fingers to see if it starts coming off. And when it starts coming off, voila, there it is. I've seen some people with big old honkers. Hi, Shyla. Uh-oh. Put some fake snow. Oh, I can do that. I could put some fake snow on it. Now I'm thinking of a bird. I wish I had a bird here. I just had my snow here because we used it not that long ago. Where did I put it? Oh no, oh no. We can put some snow on as soon as, if I don't see it here, I might have stuck it in the drawer. And Lord knows I have plenty of snow, because I learned when you go to get your snow text and that from hobbies, you need to get it well before like November, because if you go back, it's usually gone because all the crafters are there getting it. Hi, Faith. How are you? Been sending you lots of prayers your way, my friend. Looks like Ken. Darren looks like the left one. You could always use a couple of those glue dots. And yes, that's true too. Good point, Tina. Yeah, you can do like the little glue dots. It'll hold them in place, and it's not even as strong as your glue gun. It's a lot less. I mean, it'll hold it so it's not wobbling around, but you can pull it off a lot easier. I'm gonna be, you know what? I'm gonna be looking this weekend. I'm gonna find me a bird to put on his nose. I think he's cute. He's rough and tough. Let's put just a little bit right there. I want to put a little bit on his hat too, since we're brought it out, because it's snowing out, right? Snowman has to have some snow on his hat. All right, this ain't working with that, so we're going to use my finger. Works better. When's my auction? Girl, I don't know, but I need to be having one. I know it. I'll be honest, I'm kind of afraid to have an auction. What I think I'm going to do though is, are you talking to Cheryl? You like his nose? Were you talking to Cheryl about the auction, Andrea, or me? Because I need to have one. I need to, at the very least, list some things on my page here. I mean, even you can have so many things that you can do different things with. I mean, like this is a vase, Stephanie used a potato smasher. I mean, and that was adorable as all get out. Yes, me. I know. I got plenty to auction. Let's put a little bit on his cap too. Since he's a tough guy, he doesn't get one of the little pom-poms on his hat. I do have some I do have some cute stuff. I guess I'm just a little bit intimidated by it all, if that makes any sense. All right, somebody's saying something, and I scroll with this hand. It won't work with my left. Well, your stuff isn't going to. I know, I know. Let's see. I have a few things that I will post, and we'll see how it goes. And then after after the holidays, I'm giving myself some time here. I know I hear y'all yelling at me. I hear it. After the holidays, I will have a sale. I was scared at first too, but after you do it, it's just fine. I know, and you're absolutely 1,000% correct, Andrea, because when I first started, this was way back when I joined CC, and I wanted to do a live, and I just started to do one, and I kind of got, we'll say, not some pleasantries said to me by my upline. So I said, okay, forget this. So then when I was with Magnolia and got into all this group, I thought, okay, they were, pretty encouraging, but I thought, okay, I'm going to do this on the sly. And I think I've told you all this story before. So Tina, who's on here, I've known for over 20 years. And I said, all right, I don't want to just jump on and do this. I need some practice. So we did it through Messenger. And then the one day I said, okay, nobody knows I'm going to go on. Let's just go on and see how everything looks and how I'm doing. Sure as you know what, I get on, and a few seconds in, somebody jumps on and says, well, looky, what do we have here? And I'm like, it felt like a deer caught in a headlight, but I was okay. I was able to pull myself together and carried on. So I know you're right. Once I do it, I'd probably be so much easier at it, but it's just trying to talk myself into it, I think. Talk about pacing yourself. You do it to the extreme. Who, me? I do. What can I say? I gotta be where I gotta be. It's everybody does it at their own speed, and I know I gotta get there, but if y'all knew me probably when I was even in my 20s, I'm not even the same person. I'm probably came out of my shell and my box super super more than what I used to be. I was so quiet, way more than what you even see me now. And I don't even think y'all think I'm that quiet, but I'm probably not as talkative as most. But yeah. Hi, Crazy Granny. Creations by Diana. You know, it's not for an excuse, but everybody's lives bring you to a certain way of the way you are. And I think, way my life was, I've came a whole 180. So, I'm kind of proud of what I've done so far. I will get there. I do. I pace myself. I'm talking was panicking, need a bag to breathe in, scared, haha, to go live at first and then do a sale. I don't know that I'm that bad. Maybe day of I would be, Andrea, because I can relate to that. But from what I used to be to where I am now, I've like I said, I've done a whole 180. I used to be that one person that would just sit there and, I may talk to you, but I didn't really try to carry on a conversation or anything. Just think of it like you were going into the show ring. Oh, girl, the very first time I went into the show ring, I was even worse than wanting to throw up in a bag. I was terrified. I'm like, oh my God, who wants to be out there on display? And they kept saying, oh, you're not going to be out there on display. They're going to look at your dog. Mm-hmm. They look at everything, I'm telling you, because I've been on the other side of the ring watching people, so I know. You know, you don't just look at the dog, you look at everybody. Sparky, I would have to, if I do it, it would definitely have to be on a Saturday or a Sunday, because since he works Monday through Friday or late at night, because he doesn't get home He gets off at 7. By the time he gets home, it's like 7:30, sometimes a little later, depending on it. But it is doable. So I'm not gonna I'm just putting it out there after the holidays. But who knows? I might surprise you, and it might be before the holidays. But I'm not gonna put that pressure on me. If I get some stuff lined up, I may start off doing an auction with maybe 5 to 10 things. Who knows? I'm keep y'all guessing. Is she gonna do it? Is she not gonna do it? Or is she gonna wait until after the holidays? But I will do it. I promise. Sherry, have you ever done an auction? How many on here have done an auction? I know Andrea has. Andrea makes it look easy peasy. She does it good. So who else has done live auctions on here? I don't know if anybody else has. I've seen some, and from my assumption, and I don't like to assume, but I have seen where some of the other creators will take a few items and they'll put them on their page, and they'll put like either a starting price on there somewhere, and just let you bid on the picture of whatever. When you do, you better tell us so we can be there to support you. I most definitely will, tell y'all when I get ready to do it. I don't really keep crafts to do an auction with. Somebody normally buys whatever I design. I know that's true. And I know that, a lot of people don't know, unless you tell them, that, hey, anything that I have, just message me if you're interested, anything, unless I personally say, which I know I heard some of you say that nobody usually keeps a whole lot of what they make. Um, there is a couple things that I would say, if I'm doing it and I say, oh, I'm going to keep it, I would obviously let you know. But truthfully, just about anything I make is up for grabs, if somebody wants it. I mean, even this cute little guy with the big carrot nose. And I did talk to Cheryl. She was telling me, and she sent me the links for two of the scale and one that prints out the labels. And I know you got. I didn't mean that as racist way. Sherry, I know. I was just giving you that look just because. And you know what? I look at it this way too. More power to you. If that's what happens, that's awesome. Who wouldn't want that to happen? So hey, you go, girl. I think it's awesome, and I think it's awesome for anybody. It's not to me. It isn't. It's not a competition. I want to create what I like to create, what I think is pretty. And not sometimes some things aren't. To other people. But hey, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't you don't have to buy it, right? Right. And if they buy everything, a lot of people buy, off of whomever, more power to you because that's what it's there for, right? We're getting into some heavy stuff right now, and I kind of like it. But I am, if anybody on here sees a little tiny bird anywhere, send me a message so I can get it because I want a little tiny bird now to put on his big honker of a nose. And I'm probably going to be dreaming about a bird on his honker of a nose. But Sherry, no, brag. Go for it. Why not? You're doing something that everybody likes. Why not brag? I thought about that one, Joanne. I would have to talk to my son because the area that I live in, it's not horrible, but it's not one where a lot of people would come in the area to buy stuff. So I'd have to go to where my son or even my daughter and talk to them because I've thought about doing that. I know some areas they do well. I'm not sure even about the areas that my kids live in. But I try it. And how did it go for you? Did you do good, Sherry? Amazon has the little tiny birds, Andrea. There's been times when I have inventory sales, not an auction. I just go live and set the price for everything I show. Okay. You have a little wood bird. I'm going to go searching on Amazon and see if I can find an itty bitty bitty bird because I think that would be cute, not just for this one, but for some other projects. I think it would be awesome. Did you do good at your craft yard sale? I When I think of the craft yard sales, because they don't really have them where they have like this stuff and some of this stuff back here that's on, for sale net, and I think these are adorable too. But the ones that I've seen, people were getting rid of like all their material to make stuff. Cool. Hi, Nancy. My booth sales are slow, but I sell out on auction. Yes, you do. Well, give me some time because I want to make sure I have all my birds and eggs in a row, ducks in a row. I know that's what the saying is. So I have, because I think I want to I'll start out with maybe 10, 15 items or 20 and go from there. I did do good at my craft yard sale. Hmm. Maybe this spring too, because I know by the time I clean out some of my stock that I have here, I'll have more. All right, I think what I'm going to do is turn off my glue gun, put that over by my glue pot. I am going to do this weekend, see what I have, and maybe throw a few things either on my page. Well, I think I might do that first, is throw it on my page and see what happens on just my page, and then we'll go from there. Get your eggs in a row, and we'll be waiting. I really appreciate you all, but some of you even go more above and beyond, and I really appreciate that too. You guys are very, very encouraging and helpful. So as always, I really do mean what I say. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You all are very encouraging and helpful. So I do appreciate it. You all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for talking and the encouragement. I love you all. Here's some hearts. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye, y'all. And who knows? Maybe I'll have ducks in a row here tomorrow. We'll know. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll say, hey, starting off here. What's this? I had a lady tell me I wasn't having a garage sale, that I was selling crafts, and gave her the dumb asked while saying, what's your point? Right? What difference does it make? A garage sale is a garage sale, craft sale. It's all the same thing, especially if it's in your garage, right? Or your driveway. Who cares? Anyway, have a good rest of the evening, everybody. Bye. Love y'all.